so stupid. I hand him over to you and I never see him again.
Listen to me. When we get to the hospital, you both got to be checked out anyway. I am only talking about the time when we're in the ambulance.
I don't want you in the ambulance with us. We will be fine.
He happens to be my son as well.
We don't know that, do we?
Carly, maybe if you just let him hold the baby for a minute.
Wait a minute. I don't have to wait for her to let me do anything, okay? He happens to be my son.
John,
now give him... You give him over to me, Carly.
John, that's enough.
Leave her alone.
Hey, good morning. Would you like a cup of coffee?
Keep it down, please.
Okay. I just be guessing here, but I'm guessing that somebody is nursing an industrial strength hangover this morning. Am I right?
Uh-huh.
That's what I thought. What are you doing? Andy.
This is really gonna help.
No, I think it's really not gonna help.
Are you kidding? This is a recognized cure. Somebody did a study on it once. I think it was the government. They do studies on everything.
Andy? No. Listen, I really don't think it's gonna help, okay?
Molly.
I mean, you're drinking first thing in the morning.
Molly! I don't want to lecture, okay? Just give it a rest.
Well, listen, your mom left a message last night. She said that she would be up early and would love to have you over for breakfast.
No. No way.
Listen, she sounded like it was really important.
I said no. Okay? My mom was seeing me so many times hungover, there's no way she wouldn't know.
Well, I thought you said that.
You don't understand. I've been through hell with her, okay? It would kill her if she found out I was drinking.
I've got it.
Hi. Good morning.
Emily? Hey, Emily? Emily, you in here? What the hell is going on? What? What are you doing here?
I just wanted to see for myself what Emily's trying to pull now. Where is she?
I don't know. It seems like she disappeared.
Poof.
Oh, God, no! Oh, no! No! Damn it! There's no way out of here! Oh. No, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Please don't hurt me. Please don't hurt me. I'll do whatever you said. I won't go to the police. Promise. I swear on my child's life. I won't.
That's right, Emily.
Oh, no.
Won't tell the police anything.
No. No.
As the world turns.
I mean, all her stuff, it's still here.
You know, I had to admit, this is a nice touch, checking into a flea bag motel because you're just too scared to stay home in your apartment.
She checked into this hotel because of the storm. Remember, it's the only motel within walking distance of the police station.
Yeah, I do remember. That's what she told us.
Well, honey, what about this then? I mean, look at the gouges on the door. It's obvious that the lock was jimmied loose.
You know, that's very realistic. She does good work, doesn't she?
Look, I know she's told a lot of lies. Well, what if she's not lying this time? What if she's really being stalked?
Oh, Tom, because there's some scratches on the door, it takes 2 minutes with the nail file tops. About 30, 40 seconds to spread her clothes around and mess up the room. Then all she's got to do is call the police station where you happen to be, hang up on herself, and you come running to find all the evidence, which is exactly what you just did.
Okay, then what about this? Emily did not hang up the phone. The phone call was cut short because somebody ripped the phone cord out of the wall.
Guess who did that?
She did that too?
Well, of course she did. You think she's not capable of that? Tom, if we dusted this entire room for prints, the only ones we would find would be Emily's.
Well, if it's a setup, then where is she?
Tom, she is letting you marinate. Then she can make her big entrance. By that time, you believe she's being stalked.
Honey, I'm not that gullible. All I'm saying is that something went on here.
Of course it looks that way. It's supposed to look that way. Then she can get your sympathy. I can't believe you're falling for this again.
I'm not. Can we just entertain the idea that she might be telling the truth this time?
This woman telling the truth? This woman who massacred her own niece to get people to believe that Eddie mugged her? This woman who sends herself presents and tells everybody that David still loves her?
And she admitted that, but she swears that she's not lying about this lipstick message on the mirror. And now this?
What lipstick message on the mirror? Who saw it? Nobody saw it except Emily.
But if she's going to admit to all those lies, why is she going to go through something like this?
Of course she admits to them after she's caught. I begged you in the station not to fall for her little sympathetic line. Don't you see? This is exactly how she reels you in.
That is not going to happen.
Don't fall for this scam, Tom. The only one threatening Emily is Emily.
Big Kid Chips from Pull-Ups. Always wash before you eat. Always help Mommy make your bread look neat. Always use a fork and use it right. Always stop at a big red light.
Always be consistent, especially when you toilet train with Pull-Ups training pants. Instead of switching back and forth to diapers, you'll be reinforcing those big kid habits.
Mommy, wow, I'm a big kid now. Mom, the dog.
Ooh?
It's just lying on the bun.
That dog needs a new trick.
Beat the cold bun blues with Pillsbury Crescent Dogs. Just wrap them and bake them.
Aren't these dogs fun?
Good dog.
I won't play truth or dare with my color. I shampoo with Color Vive by L'Oreal.
Color Vive is formulated with a UV filter to protect and revitalize every strand.
That's why my color stays truer, longer, my hair healthier. With Color Vive by L'Oreal.
There are certain things your body is going through that the chemo is doing to you. I was tired, very, very tired. One time, my grandchildren were all over, and they all went out and got ice cream. And they're all lined up on the porch, all with ice cream. They start from the age of 3 all the way up to 18 years of age. What a photograph that had to be. I did not have the energy to go upstairs to grab the camera. I missed the photograph. To me, a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. Go out. Live your life. That's what I'm doing now.
You're out of line, Jack. This is between Carly and me.
The woman just went through labor, John. For God's sakes, let her hold her baby in peace.
Why is there an ambulance out front? Is someone...
It's for Carly. It's okay. She just had her baby.
Here?
Yeah, right here in the living room.
Holy...
Okay, folks, we gotta get this baby to the hospital.
When you get to the hospital, you're gonna have to give him up so the doctors can examine him.
Well, that's fine, as long as I'm not giving him up to you. Okay, so we got Mommy, Baby, and are you going
Right,
along?
the 3 of us.
All right, let's do it. Doc, you can get in the ambulance first.
Okay, let's get ready to roll.
Take your time. Take your time.
baby.
Jack,
Yeah.
I need you to come with me, okay, to the hospital?
Oh, Carly, I don't know if I can do that.
Please, Jack. I need someone on my side. John can do anything he wants to at that
It's
hospital.
none of my
you know?
business, really.
Please. He could take him and no one would say anything.
Jack, you've gone above and beyond the call of duty for Mrs. Dixon. I mean, she's just had a baby in your living room, for heaven's sake.
We can't let her have this baby. We both saw how much she loves him. You have to go with her and make sure that nobody takes him from her.
What about you?
I'll be fine. Really?
Are we okay to go here?
Jack.
Yeah, I'll follow you in my car.
Honey, you want to go with him, don't you?
I shouldn't.
Oh, don't give me shouldn't. I mean, if you want to do it, go for it. Now, I haven't heard his car start yet. I bet you can catch him.
Kim, hi. Come on in.
Thanks very much. Listen, I know it's very early, but when you didn't call me back last night, I thought maybe you didn't get my message.
Oh, Molly picked that up.
Actually, we were just talking about that. Would you like a cup of coffee?
Yeah, thanks very much. Thank you. So anyway, when you didn't come to me, I decided... Honey, I'm sorry, but you look just awful. What's the matter with you?
Oh, I think I'm catching something, Mom.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, actually, he even had a little bit of a temperature last night. Not a lot, just a little one like you get with a small cold.
Aspirin, orange juice, right?
Oh,
Hey,
here.
listen, I'm sorry that this place is such a war zone. Come on, sit down, will ya?
Oh, that's all right. It's kind of unusual for you.
Yeah.
Normally, you're pretty neat, aren't you?
Actually, it's not him, it's me. I'm just a great big slob. I just take a mess with me everywhere I go. Andy's a real doll for putting up with me. You know, I forgot to ask you, did you want milk or sugar in your coffee?
No, that's fine. Black is just fine.
So what brings you by?
What?
What brings you by so early today?
Christopher. Christopher. I'm really concerned about... Actually, I'm more than concerned about him. I'm really worried about him. As you know, he didn't come home for Christmas, and he didn't even bother to call us.
Well, he had a term paper, right?
Oh, well, yeah, that's the second time he's used that excuse. And besides, what difference does it make anyway? The least that he could have done was to call us. I mean, it was so thoughtless. And... Oh, God. This thing is spiked.
Yeah, sure. The scream came from down here somewhere.
Oh, it's too dark to see anything down here.
Emily? Emily! Oh, my God. What happened? Emily? Are you all right? Emily, talk to me. Talk to me. Emily.
Take these off. Put these on. It's time to take a little trip where the water is fine and the crab legs are steaming hot and delicious. And for a little while, they're just $9.99 a pound. Escape to Red Lobster.
Got a headache? Take Tylenol, Advil, or aspirin. But for a toothache, Maximum Strength Oragel gives faster relief. Pain relief pills take up to 30 minutes to work, but Oragel gives instant relief. Oragel, because faster is better.
Only a very special moisturizer could pull this off. One that leaves no greasy feeling behind. One that offers clean moisture. That's Lubriderm. And it's recommended by dermatologists more than any other leading brand. Healthy-looking skin without a greasy feeling. Yeah, that's Lubriderm. Later, Gator. Hello, clean moisture.
These little guys need the proper nutrition to help them grow. The same thing is true for this little guy. If you're concerned your child isn't getting adequate nutrition, ask your doctor about Pediasure. It provides a complete balance of protein, vitamins, and minerals. And Pediasure comes in 4 flavors that taste so great, your kids will almost beg for it. Pediasure, complete balanced nutrition for kids.
Crunch this irresistible can only come from one place. Kellogg's Honey Crunch Corn Flakes. Sweet honey and nuts baked on the classic Kellogg's Corn Flakes. A crunch so tasty, so delicious. It gets to everybody. Kellogg's Honey Crunch Corn Flakes. One honey of a crunch.
The only thing more important than being a cop...
This is not a job for heroes, Joey.
...is being a family. William Devane stars in Turks, coming January 21st to CBS.
It was a breech birth, but because of the storm, by the time the ambulance got there, she'd already delivered.
You went through a breech birth without any help? Good work, Carly.
Now, wait a minute. I was there, so she did have some help.
Of course, John. Can both of you guys wait outside? I want to examine Carly and the baby.
Is he all right? You know he was born early.
Not more than a couple of weeks at most. There shouldn't be any problem, but I'll be checking him out very carefully.
You know, I did an APGAR to the best of my ability, and I think he scored about a 9 on that. Now, of course, newborn infants, that's not my field of expertise.
Yeah, and they are mine, so
Yeah.
I'll do my own test, and I'll tell the results to you and Carly.
You know, if I were you, I would isolate him in the nursery for a little while anyway. After all, he's a couple of weeks premature.
This is a CBS News special report. Part of our continuing coverage of the impeachment trial of President Clinton. From New York, here is Dan Rather.
Good afternoon. We're on the air because all the U.S. senators now sworn in as the impeachment jury that could remove the President of the United States from office are about to vote on a bipartisan plan for the rest of the trial of the president. Trent Lott is explaining this now. The senators have overcome the latest round of partisan battles that threatened to hold up the entire case. Here's what we know at the moment. The impeachment trial of President Clinton will begin in the Senate next Wednesday, January 13th. The trial will begin with opening statements or, quote, presentation of cases, unquote, by the House prosecution team dedicated to removing the president and the White House defense team. When those presentations are finished, it should take almost a week, the senators acting as jurors would then get 2 days to question the prosecution and defense. After that, the Senate would decide how to proceed with the rest of the trial. Now, that's the deal, the outline of it. There are more details to this plan, and we get to the latest on that from our chief Washington correspondent, Bob Schieffer. Bob?
Well, Dan, what this means is that the Senate will not decide until sometime in the week, probably of January 25th, as to whether witnesses are going to be called. If witnesses are to be called, they will each have to be, under this arrangement, have to be deposed or give a statement under oath to investigators off the Senate floor before the senators decide whether to have them testify in person. One senator told me a while ago, we are not going to let this become a spectacle. We are not going to bring somebody onto the House floor as a or onto the Senate floor as a witness to talk about sex. We are going to keep this very dignified. At any rate, the senators have decided during that week that before any witness is allowed to testify, the Senate will vote individually. It will take 51 senators, a majority of the Senate, for that witness's testimony to be allowed on the Senate floor. After that, in that last week of January, as this timetable lays out, after that, then the Senate will have closing arguments once the last witness is called, if indeed any witnesses are called. And senators are looking at something like the first week in February to have the votes on the articles of impeachment. Of course, that end, Dan, depends on if and how many witnesses are called. At this point, under this plan, it appears that not very many witnesses will be called. I will tell you that the mood among senators is not to have witnesses testify. There's a lot of pressure from the House managers to bring some witnesses forward, but this is designed, in my view, to keep very many witnesses from testifying, Dan.
Bob, has the question been answered as to why, if the House Republicans who passed the articles of impeachment wrote them and passed them, why, if they didn't call witnesses in the House Judiciary Committee or they didn't call witnesses in the House as a whole, why are they insisting that witnesses be called in the Senate?
Well, I'll tell you why, Dan. It is because there are some members of the manager's team, the prosecutors, who want to bring out some of the evidence that was not brought forth during the hearings over in the House or on the House floor during the argument. These are the depositions given by some women in the Paula Jones deposition, the Paula Jones trial that started all of this business. Those women gave depositions saying they did not have relations with the president. The managers have reasons to believe that perhaps those depositions are not accurate. They want to explore whether or not the White House leaned on those people, whether the White House tried to bring pressure on those people to give false depositions, and if they did, then they would try to show that was obstruction of justice. Now, I'm just giving you the rationale of why they would want to do that. But under this plan, it appears to me that they're not going to allow that. In fact, the House managers wanted to present some of that evidence in the opening arguments. The senator said, no, you're not going to do that. And they said that the opening arguments will consist only of facts that are presently on the record.
What you're watching and hearing in the background is the Chief Justice of the United States. That is he who's right in the center of the picture, seated above everyone else with the Chief Justice costume robe that he himself designed with those stripes on the sleeve. The legislative clerk of the Senate is reading off this deal that was worked out today between Republicans and senators. He's reading the details of that into the record, and there'll be a vote that follows. While we wait for that to develop, let's go to the White House. CBS News White House correspondent Scott Pelley. Scott, what is the feeling in and around the White House about all of this?
Well, Dan, so far no official reaction here at the White House to this plan. They're still analyzing it. It just happened a short time ago, as you know. But certainly this is not what the White House was looking for. The White House wanted to foreclose the possibility of witnesses and foreclose the possibility of any new evidence at the very beginning of the trial. They wanted to argue their case based on the independent counsel's report and nothing more. So this adds an element of uncertainty for the White House. Now they're going to have to wait some many days or even weeks now before they know whether there will be additional witnesses. Certainly the president will not be happy at the prospect that there could still be live witnesses, including Monica Lewinsky, called to testify before the Senate. The next thing that will be happening here at the White House, Dan, is we would be expecting shortly the Sergeant of Arms from the Senate to bring the official summons to the White House to inform the president that he is now on trial. Dan?
The vote has begun in the Senate. Let's pick up a little, at least the flavor of this vote. What they're voting on is whether to approve or disapprove this new deal that would have the trial resume next Wednesday and go for an undetermined amount of time after that.
Mr. Bennett, aye. Mr. Biden. Mr. Bingaman. Mr. Bingaman, aye. Mr. Bond.
And so they're into the B's as they go down the list of 100 senators. One of those rare occasions, by the way, when all 100 senators are in the same room. Would say, let's call that a not very common situation in which all 100 senators are in the room at one time. Now, earlier in the day, the senators met in private in the old Senate chamber. All 100 present. This old Senate chamber was a place where the Senate met from 1810 to 1859. It was the chamber in which President Andrew Jackson was censured in 1834. However, now, of course, they're in the newer part of the Capitol, on the Senate side of the Capitol. And we go back to Bob Schieffer, who's very near there. Bob, let's go over, first of all, very quickly, the salient details for those who may be joining us late of what this deal is, and then tell us how they managed to reach this arrangement.
Well, number one, what this deal is, Dan, is basically next week. The House prosecutors are going to have 24 hours, probably spread over 3 days, to present the case against the president. The week after that, the president's lawyers will have an equal amount of time to present the president's defense. After that, the Senate will then decide whether or not it is necessary to call witnesses, and they will vote on whether to call witnesses at that time. We think sometime toward the last week in January. After that, you will have closing arguments in the case, and they will begin to vote on the articles of impeachment probably sometime around the first week in February. The key thing here is this putting off deciding at the beginning of the trial whether they're going to allow witnesses to be called. The feeling among senators is that after both sides present their case, it may not be necessary to call witnesses. And as I was saying a while ago, the mood in the Senate, clearly among most, nearly all the Democrats certainly, and most Republicans, I think, is to avoid calling witnesses if they can. One senator told me, he said, what this deal is designed to do, he said, we are not going to let the House managers make a spectacle of this by calling in a bunch of witnesses and having a bunch of tawdry testimony. He said, at the same time, we're not going to allow the White House to make a whitewash of all of this. So basically what this agreement was a message to tell the White House and the House, this is the United States Senate. We're going to run this trial, and we're going to decide how it's going to be run. Now, how did this come about? You were talking about the senators meeting this morning, Dan, in that 19th century chamber where the old Senate used to meet. I don't know if it was the chandeliers or the old desks or what it was, but somehow something got to them. They had a rare attack of bipartisanship and decided we ought to come to some agreement about how we're going to run this thing. They came out. I've never heard senators talking like they were. They were talking about how it was like the old days, how we finally got together. Phil Graham, who had a great deal to do with putting this together, said we really just went back to the basic rules of the old Senate. We realized that the rules for impeachment trials say that the Senate must vote on whether witness testimony is to be allowed. And he said once we kind of realized that, we all realized we were pretty much in the same place and decided to go forward.
Bob Schieffer, reminding ourselves as well as the audience that to remove President Clinton from office in this proceeding, part of which is happening now, it takes a 2/3 majority of the Senate. 67 senators out of the 100 would need to vote to remove the president at the end of the trial, whenever that may be. However, to pass this resolution today, it takes a simple majority, correct?
That is exactly right, Dan. And one thing I should add that I didn't add in this agreement that is worked out, neither side, no senator will be allowed to make a motion to adjourn the trial or end the trial until after the initial phase, until after the House managers have presented the case against the president and the president's defenders have been given those 3 days to make his defense. Only then will some senator be allowed to get up and say, I'm in essence moved to dismiss the charges and stop the trial.
So to review quickly, the Senate, after it passes this resolution this afternoon, as is expected,
yes,
it just passed. Just as I said that, it has just passed. That is to say that they now reached a simple majority. They're going on with the rest of the vote, but we now know they have enough votes. So here's the deal. The Senate will resume the trial next Wednesday, January 13th. There'll be opening statements from the prosecution and the defense, and then when that's finished, that is figuring to take almost a week. That's a week from next Wednesday. When that finishes, then the jurors would get, the senators would get 2 days to question the prosecution and defense. And after that, Bob Schieffer, check me, after that, roughly 3 weeks from next Wednesday would come a moment. Not until then, but at that time, a senator could get up and say, I move that we dismiss the case.
Basically, that's exactly right, Dan. And as you say, it would take 67 votes to convict the president, but it would take only a simple majority to end the trial at that point. So if 51 senators at that point said, let's get on with something else, that would be the end of the trial. If they decided to continue on, then they would debate on whether to call witnesses, and once they had done that, then they would vote on the articles of impeachment. Now, Senator Lott said to us a while ago in a news conference, he does expect at the end of this process to be a vote up or down on the articles of impeachment. But if in the midst of this somebody says, let's adjourn the trial, and you can get 51 senators to agree, then there would be no vote. The trial would be over.
On a snowy day in Washington, the United States Senate has just passed an arrangement, a previously agreed to privately arrangement, but now public to the senators on record, that the trial, which could remove President Clinton from office, is to resume next Wednesday. This is complicated but important. We'll do our best to sort it out for you with the facts on tonight's CBS Evening News. Until then, Dan Rather with Bob Schieffer and Scott Pelley. I'll see you on the Evening News.
Baby John, what's wrong with you?
Lisa?
Okay, now, why can't we call the police, Emily?
Because he told me not to, all right? That's why he was so mad at me, because I got in touch with the police before.
Oh, wait a minute. Now I'm a little confused. I thought that David got in touch with you because he loved you so much and he wanted you back.
David was never in touch with me. I lied about that, but I'm not lying about it now.
You lied.
No, I'm not lying now. You have to believe me. I'm not lying now. The message he left on my mirror, last night he broke into my apartment. He broke into this motel room. I'm telling you the truth.
Okay, excuse me. I'll be right back.
Where are you going? You cannot go to the police.
Emily, I'm just gonna go look around.
You have to believe me. You have to believe me, please. He's crazy. David is crazy. He's gone over the edge.
There's just one thing I don't understand. How did he know that you were here in this motel?
I don't know how he knew. After he broke into my apartment, maybe he followed me to the police station, and then he followed me here. I don't know. Oh, God, he's stalking me. Don't you understand? You have to help me. You have to help me stay away from him, Tom.
Okay, Richie, is this the woman?
Yeah.
What's he doing here? He's the motel clerk.
Yeah. His name's Richie. He's going to answer a few questions for us. So, this is Emily Stewart. She checked in last night?
Yeah, real late.
Was there anybody else in the lobby when she checked in?
No.
Nobody came up and asked her room number? And, did you see anybody? Could anybody have gotten past you at the desk?
No way. I was awake all night watching the door.
Oh, baloney. I don't care what this idiot says. He's lying.
All right. That's enough. Thanks, Richie.
He's lying. I'm telling you. David probably paid him. He probably paid you. You have to believe me. Tom, you have to believe me. You believe me, right? Oh, my God. You really don't believe me? How could you?
When you put bath tissue on your list, you want a tissue that's comfortable. So just remember 3 words of comfort. Soft. Kleenex Cottonelle Ultra Soft is even softer than the leading premium brand. Thick. It's thicker than the leading brand too, with more cottony soft tissue in every sheet. And finally, Kleenex, a word you've been comfortable with all your life. Kleenex Cottonelle Ultra Soft has 3 words of comfort for your family. Soft, thick, Kleenex. Kleenex Cottonelle Ultra Soft.
11 blue-clad warriors stand on the brink of battle and ask themselves, where is the other team?
Groovin' on a Sunday afternoon.
Nothing helps you kick back at the end of the day like Tostitos chips and salsa.
I can't imagine anything.
We do suggest you actually wait till the end of the day.
He's a fine dancer, too.
Dig in, kick back with new hint of lime Tostitos.
Chocolate milk? This isn't ordinary chocolate milk, it's rich chocolate Ovaltine. Compare the labels. It's got vitamins. Nestle Quick has none. When it comes to nutrition, Ovaltine beats Quick, hands down. For us, it's rich chocolate Ovaltine.
More Ovaltine, please!
Need fast itch relief? Did you know there's a cream that brings fast itch relief to irritating winter itch? A cream with 2 proven medicated itch fighters. From a leader in itch relief for nearly 100 years. It's Gold Bond, maximum strength Gold Bond medicated cream. Fast itch relief.
Women love shampooing with Clairol's herbal essences. Reveling in its all-natural botanicals. Luxuriating in the organic herbs and pure mountain water. And the ecstasy of what it does to their hair. But we'd also like to remind you, men like it too. Herbal essences, a totally organic experience.
Stay tuned for more of As the World Turns.
Kids have the darndest New Year's resolutions.
Not looking at girls, but I'm not keeping that promise because I love girls.
An all-new Kids Say. Then you pick up an envelope, take it for a signature. But when you get back,
Where'd the building go?
an all-new candid camera.
You got me, okay?
Following an all-new Kids Say, CBS tonight.
On the next Hollywood Square.
If you were caught outside in a winter storm, you should not eat your traveling companion.
With Rosie O'Donnell, Martin Mull, and Fran Drescher. There's a laugh at every single square. Hollywood Squares.
Tonight at 7:30 on CBS 2.
in the city of Los Angeles.
Wow, that's some dog.
Barley, get down, sweetie.
Suddenly I'm feeling a little inadequate.
Where connecting is never easy.
I don't date.
Gee, I don't have a witty comeback for that one.
These three couples are about to come together in an unexpected way.
And you really didn't sleep with her?
No.
And you didn't want to sleep with her?
Oh, good God, yes, I did. Playing by heart.
You couldn't have died without telling me that?
Rated R. Everywhere, Friday, January 22nd.
When Wix Furniture has the biggest sale of the year,
I'm there.
I wouldn't miss it.
You walk in and everywhere you turn, there's something on sale.
Over here.
Over there. You can get dizzy. No other furniture store
Can save you this kind of money. You won't believe it.
It's Wix Furniture's biggest sale of the year, and it's on now. Huge once-a-year savings throughout every Wix showroom, plus financing not to be missed. Put no money down, nothing, with no monthly payments and no finance charges due till June with a Wix charge. But hurry.
Time is of the essence.
Larry Carroll, part of the CBS 2 News team, today at 5.
The address is CBS.
Welcome home.
You know, you have to believe me. You heard my phone call. You said you heard the phone call to 911, right? Look, I told you, he ripped the phone cord out of the wall.
Emily,
Look.
anyone could have done that. Of course, we could dress for prints if you'd let us call the police.
No, I told you, you can't do that. Besides, I think I remember he was wearing gloves.
All right, that's it.
No. You have to believe me. You saw me in the basement. You saw how terrified I was. You think I could fake something like that?
Faked a lot of things
No,
lately.
but I'm not now. I'm not. I told you.
You told me a lot of things lately.
Don't say that. Don't. And don't look at me like that. You look at me like you hate me. I can't stand it if you hate me.
Come on, Emily, don't.
Tom, I admit it. I did some lousy things, okay? I lied. I'm not lying now. Why won't you guys believe me? I'm not lying. He
Calm down. Oh, come on, breathe. Hey, come on, breathe. This is not good. This is not good for the baby. Breathe deep.
Molly, you're my friend. You can do whatever you want in this apartment.
I was just trying to make her aware.
Well, don't!
Well, but have you forgotten that you can ask somebody not to drink in your home?
Yes, in my house, yes. Mine, not yours.
Yes, but if Molly's taking advantage
Come
of
on,
that,
guys.
it would seem as if she's being thoughtless and irresponsible.
Mom, if you don't stop trashing her right now, you're gonna have to leave.
Are you throwing me out?
No, he didn't
That's
mean that.
exactly
Tell her.
what he meant. Molly, I beg your pardon. Andy, I'm sorry. The last thing in the world I want to do is make you angry. I already have one son who's slipping away from me. That's one too many.
No, Mom, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to make you angry. I know you're trying to help. Christopher, I'm sure that he's fine, Mom.
I was really hoping that you'd help me find out what's going on with him.
Mom, he's a freshman in college.
It's not just that he's a freshman. It's more than that. There is something more there. I can hear it in his voice. He's so tense, and Bob was going to go to New York and talk to him. And Chris insisted he didn't want Bob to come. He keeps insisting that he's fine, and yet
Maybe
he
he is
doesn't
fine
act
if he keeps insisting that he is.
I just thought maybe he'd open up to you.
Me.
I came over here because I really wanted you to drive to the airport this morning and just get on a plane and go to New York, please.
No, Mom, I can't.
I just can't believe that you're forcing Carly to give up her baby.
No, what are you getting so upset about?
I'm upset because I've gone through the same thing. I remember when I was carrying Scott, and my husband and I, we were not getting along either.
This is not the same thing at all. She had this baby for one reason only, to collect $50 million. My God, she's unfit as a mother.
See, that's what John Eldridge said about me. He said I was unfit. And then he made sure that I would never get to see my son again. And I can't stand to think about it, and I cannot stand to think about any other woman going through anything like that.
What about what I'm going through? I've already lost one child. I don't want to lose another.
John, you just don't get the picture, do you? You just don't. Oh, I am so disappointed and so disgusted with you.
Lisa.
The nurse said they were through examining you. How are you?
I'm okay. I'm just worried about the baby. They should have brought him back by now, right?
Well, it hasn't been that long. Tests take time.
Right.
Or John has pulled some strings, and he's someplace where I can't find him now.
Carly.
He could do it, Jack. He's the great Dr. John Dixon, and I'm nobody. Oh, there he is. How is he?
He's perfect.
Thank God. Here, I can take him then.
No.
I have a right to hold my own son, don't
Well,
I?
I should take him because I should nurse him now. Right, Doctor?
He probably is hungry, John.
We have an arrangement, an agreement. Remember? Don't forget it.
Oh, he's gonna do it. He's gonna take him.
Not necessarily.
And if he doesn't do it, then Hal is gonna do it.
Then you'll take them both to court and you'll fight them. You're the mother.
I signed that stupid contract, and John has it. And I have that stuff on my record. I slapped Nikki, the hit and run. They will use that stuff, Jack, and they will take
Carly,
him.
you're just gonna have to wait and see what they do.
I don't want to wait. I hate them both. I wish I were a million miles away from here.
What?
Well, look around, Jack. We're the only people here. It's just you and me and the baby.
Carly.
I could go, Jack. I could split. And by the time anyone noticed, we'd be far away.
Chlorine. It's in tap water, and it can fade colors. No wonder they're scared. All Color Cheer neutralizes chlorine while it cleans to help make water safe for colors. Cheer, keep colors alive.
Hi, we're in Miami. We've got a sink, new Pert Plus with clean conditioning. We're washing hair and we're changing minds. Excuse me, hi, excuse me, ma'am. I ask you a couple of questions. Hi, can I ask you a couple of questions about shampoo? Shampoo? Have you ever used one of those shampoo and conditioners in one? Have you ever used one of those shampoo and conditioners in one?
No. No? Yes.
What'd you think of it?
Didn't like it.
I hated them.
I hated them. Kind of limp and dead. Weighs your hair down.
We're 0 for 4, my friend. Look at this. I don't know what you've heard about Pert Plus in the past, but it's totally changed. And I've got a sink right over there, and I got a sink right over there. It's reformulated Pert Plus. Here we go, ladies. All right, but this stuff, since they redid it, it's been revolutionarily, like, redesigned and has water-based conditioning. You see, there's no buildup, so your hair's gonna feel clean. Tell me what it feels like.
Wow. It's wonderful light. It feels light. It's light and it does seem lighter.
Oh, wow, that's great. Hey, new Pert Plus with clean conditioning? Fantastic. We're washing hair and we're changing minds. Excuse me. Excuse me.
Family get-togethers. Lots of food, lots of mess. But Joy's so strong, a spoonful does a sinkful. You'd need twice the green to equal Joy's power to cut the toughest grease. So you use less. Ultra Joy. A spoonful does a sinkful.
For whiter teeth, what makes Aquafresh whitening so special?
Only Aquafresh Whitening has a patented tri-clean formula to get teeth whiter. Crest doesn't have it, neither does Colgate. Aquafresh Whitening for dazzling whiter teeth.
You can't go to New York? Why?
I have work to do.
Son, this is important.
Mom, I'm busy.
Well, if you can't, you can't. Sorry, I won't take any more of your valuable time.
I'm sorry, Mom.
If you ever have a moment, you should stop by sometime. We miss you.
How could you let her down like that? She seemed really worried, Andy.
Look, I'm tired, okay? And my head feels like it's about to explode. I'm not sober enough to drive a car right now. And I don't want to hear, I told you so.
What I was gonna say is, thank God. Thank God you know when not to get behind the wheel of a car. I mean, a lot of people don't.
Oh, I learned that the hard way.
What happened?
I hit someone. I was drinking and I got into an accident and she She was okay. She had surgery, but it was scary.
And you never forgot it.
And I'm never gonna drink and get into a car again. I guess you think I'm a total jerk, huh?
No. Andy, I think you are a damn nice guy. And I'm just really sorry that I mixed up those cups with your mom.
Molly, you covered for me. You kidding?
Oh, Andy, I should have been smarter, okay? I should have put your mother's coffee in a different kind of cup. What is it?
I was just thinking about how I used to feel about you. When you were living with us, if someone had told me that you'd end up being one of my best friends.
Yeah, you would have told them they were nuts. You didn't think too much of me back then, huh?
I didn't know you. I do now, and you're the best. And I'm not gonna let you take the rap from me again.
It's okay.
No, it's not. I've done it before with other people. It's bad. It's bad, Dance.
No, I don't want your mom to find out.
Neither do I. I can't let my family down. So the fun time's over. Drinking in moderation doesn't work for me.
Oh, God, Andy. I am so glad to hear you say that.
So I'm gonna make a little New Year's resolution. A little late. I'm gonna stop drinking.
But the really great thing about my time with Prince was that I met Jack. I was running away, and he helped me hide out in this really gross bar. That impressed me.
That sounds like my Jackie. Always there when a woman needs him, just like his father. You know, I met him when he saved me from a mugger.
Really?
Yeah. I just bought this handbag, beautiful, patent leather. And I'm walking down the street, and this bozo comes out, grabs it from me. I started screaming like a maniac, and all of a sudden, out of nowhere comes this drop-dead, gorgeous, good-looking cop, takes after him. He'd only been a couple of weeks out of the academy, gets the guy, gets my bag.
And you knew right then he was yours.
He's been taking care of me, or he had been taking care of me ever since. He was like this old-time knight in shining armor. I really don't know. All the Snyder boys have it, you know. It's sort of like a family thing. They just have to rescue some lady who's in distress.
Yeah. You know, that's something that I love the most about Jack. But, it means he can't abandon anyone. Even Carly.
I could take the baby to Muscle Shell. Or I could go to Rosanna. Maybe she would take me, and I could leave the country, Jack.
That is not a good idea.
They can't take my baby if I'm not here.
They can get a court order and drag you back. Now, that'll look very bad to a judge. You could lose custody for good.
And I guess you'd have to do your cop thing, right? Stop me if I left.
I didn't say that.
You'd let me go.
I don't have any legal grounds to keep you. But even if I did, I understand how scared you are, so I'll support you, but please, running is gonna be a big mistake.
Oh, it's looking pretty good to me right now.
All right, listen, you have friends here. You've got me, you've got Molly. We'll help you fight for custody. But do it the right way. You want to run for the rest of your life.
Jack, you're being so good to me. I don't know how I would have gotten through this without you.
Well, listen, if I helped, I'm glad. Listen, I really gotta go. Think about what I said before you do anything, okay?
I promise.
Bye, Joey.
What do you want, John? You can't take the baby. We haven't even started nursing yet.
I just thought I'd tell you, Carly, when it comes to this child, I'm not gonna let you get away with anything here.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I'm talking about any kind of crazy thoughts that are going on in that devious head of yours. We have an agreement, remember? And we're going to stick to that agreement. When the paternity comes back, this child will be going home with me, okay? With me, Carly.
Oh, God. What am I gonna do, huh? He won't stop until he gets you. Well, I won't give you up, baby. I won't.
Somewhere out here, somebody had to have seen what happened.
Critics are calling A Civil Action one of the most powerful films of the year. Spellbinding, intense.
Let's go, let's go!
John Travolta is superb. Newsweek proclaims Robert Duvall is as good as it gets in this riveting drama. And Siskel and Ebert give 2 thumbs up to one of the 10 best films of 1998. John Travolta.
This is war.
A Civil Action, rated PG-13. Now playing.
I don't just color my hair. I revitalize it with new Excellence cream from L'Oreal, the non-drip color cream with a ceramide and protein formula for rich living color. And does it ever cover grays? Not that I ever had any. New Excellence cream from L'Oreal.
I'm a mom, a pharmacist, and a woman with dry skin.
She knows dermatologists recommend Curel, and Curel moisturizes better than any leading therapeutic lotion.
It just heals dry skin better.
You can see the cure in Curel.
When someone has the time and the ingredients, it's no surprise they cook up a really delicious dinner. The surprise is, voila, so can you. With new chicken, voila. It's all there. Even the seasoned grilled chicken breast. 1 skillet, 10 minutes. Voila. You've never cooked a meal this good, this fast. It's new. It's Chicken Voila in the Bird's Eye section.
What's the difference between Pillsbury cinnamon rolls and packaged ones?
I know. My cinnamon rolls bake up all hot, fresh, and ooey gooey good in minutes, and theirs don't.
The party's in there, so why am I out here? Gas. Again.
Maximum strength Phazyme has 33% more medicine doctors recommend.
One little pill, and I'm back.
Serious medicine for serious gas. Phazyme.
Is that better? Look, you cannot lose it like this. Not now. You gotta stay calm.
I know.
Okay.
I'm gonna go splash my face with some cold water.
Do you believe her?
No.
Good.
I'm worried about her, though. She can't get herself worked up like this. Whether it's true or not, it could hurt the baby.
You're right. She needs help, Tom. She needs psychiatric help.
I agree. Okay, I'm gonna call Susan and tell her what's happened, and maybe she can do something.
Like what? Huh? What are you saying behind my
Emily.
back? What are you plotting behind
Look, we're
my
not
back?
plotting anything, and look, you don't need to get paranoid.
I'm not paranoid. I'm not crazy either.
Hey!
Hey, you're home. How's Carly and the baby?
She's doing fine. Physically, emotionally, she's a wreck, but you know what? She's gonna have to deal with that. How are you?
Glad you're back.
Excuse me, I'll go make some coffee.
I'm so sorry. This was our first New Year's Eve together. It was supposed to be special.
It's okay.
Not really. Well, maybe we can make it up, huh? Dance with me.
You bet.
You keeping up?
Woohoo! Come here.
Oh my
I love that smile.
You're crazy.
I love it. I even like the way you've been looking after you've been up all night, hmm?
Oh, you're pretty darn cute yourself. Happy New Year, Jack.
Happy New Year.
And the mystery solved, it's so clear. I was dreaming of you.
So you're back, huh?
Yeah, I just had to call the station and let them know I'm gonna be here for a while. Have the test results come back yet?
Not yet. You might as well go back to work. It's gonna be me.
I think I'll just wait and see if that's true. I'm gonna go check on Carly. Where is she, John?
She's not there? She's gone.
Mom, can we get a monkey?
No. You can't always give your kids what they want.
Mom, can I get my nose pierced?
No. But sometimes it's a good idea to let them have their way.
Can we have some Chef Boyardee?
Sure. Chef Boyardee is wholesome and hearty. It has the taste kids crave. And it's real food that's real fast.
Seconds?
Which makes it a good idea anytime.
Mom, can I?
No.
Give them what they want. Say yes to Chef Boyardee.
Great meal. Uh-oh, gas pressure. What now? What else? Gas X, with the most powerful medicine for fast relief. Nothing works faster.
Hey, want to go for ice cream?
Gas X, the power to fight gas fast.
Here at Post, we don't think winter is for hibernating. It just takes a little more energy to do things, like getting the kids ready. So we count on Grape Nuts to help give us lots of energy, no matter what the forecast. Like those times when it's a mighty trek to the mailbox. You see, Grape Nuts has a hearty crunch, and all those carbohydrates for energy. Nearly twice the carbs of Wheaties per serving, and we find that helps us have energy for the fun stuff, too. So have a bowl and see how good you feel, whether it's 50 degrees or no degrees. See you next time.
Look at you. What a cold. Even your sinuses hurt. You know how Advil gets rid of tough pain fast? Well, Advil cold and sinus gets rid of tough sinus pain fast. This is in this, plus a decongestant. That's why they call it Advil cold and sinus.
There are 7 million kids in this country who wet the bed, often because their bladders haven't grown as quickly as the rest of their bodies. One product can help. That protects, yet looks and feels like real underwear. It's helping a lot of kids feel better about themselves. Good nights mean good mornings.
Tonight, the adventure is back.
So much for peace and quiet.
The romance is back.
What I want you to do, you might not never done before.
You'd be surprised.
The Magnificent Seven is back.
It's always good to be needed.
All new episodes, The Magnificent Seven returns. Then, the tension has been building, but this time,
Nash?
it bottoms out.
What happened? She shot me in the...
All new Nash, The Magnificent Seven premieres CBS tonight.
Tonight on the CBS Evening News, the football team owner who thinks giving is just as important as wide receiving. The story later.